Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's Magic here, and I have a very interesting story for you guys today. It's about something called the sober pill. Now, more on that in just a little bit. Let me first start off by mentioning a couple other things. So, I'm going to be talking over top of some Battlefield 3 beta gameplay, and to keep things nice and concise, I think this game's a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to pick it up on October 25th, and I enjoy how it feels different. I mean, everyone's always been going on like, oh, what's better, Battlefield 3 or Modern Warfare 3? You know what? To be honest, I feel like they play differently enough that you can consider them two different games. I mean, obviously they're two different games, but I don't know if there's that same direct comparison. Like, I feel like both have a certain play style that you feel while trying them or while playing them, and that they're distinct. That's just my opinion. I can talk more about that later on if you guys wish. But yeah, it's really fun. It's the glitchiest and laggiest beta I've ever played. One question I have for you guys actually is: does anyone know if the BF3 beta or when the game comes out in general, is it running off of dedicated servers? Because I don't see any information about host or even any way to check your connection. I also don't know how to mute the other players, which is a real pain in the ass. But whatever, it's not important. Let's start talking about the sober pill or the sobriety pill or whatever you want to call it. So it kind of is how it sounds. And it's not so much a pill that will instantly make you sober, but it's a pill that you kind of take in advance of drinking. Now, listen, I know that a lot of you guys are underage, and I'm not condoning drinking, but realistically speaking, it's something that's out there and could potentially be on the shelf in less than 3 years. But moving on from that, so basically how it works is you take it before you go out drinking, and it limits the effect of alcohol. So people can drink significantly more and not stumble, not slur their words. You know, like those are two of the bigger things, is your speech and your motor skills. What they didn't really talk about is whether it still impacted if it still helped your cognitive ability. Although I imagine that if it's limiting alcohol, then it probably works all the way around. So how they tested this is they tested this on lab mice. Now what they did is they got these mice drunk in one test, right? And they can still test the motor reflexes and the balance of mice, you know, through different activities. And they had another group where they gave this pill, and drastic improvement in both, and all around really. So the thing is, how does this work? And what's the catch? So how it works is it basically inhibits / shuts off an immune response in some of the cells in your brain which are related to the effects of alcohol. Now, I'm no science major. I don't know the exact details, but it has to do with basically turning off it has to do with turning off a naturally occurring function in your brain. That sounds scary. That sounds like something that I wouldn't want to mess with unless they perfected it. But right off the bat, to my uneducated ears, it sounds kind of crazy. But the fact that it works is impressive, and the fact that it's possibly going to be available for people to try is concerning, because the first thing comes to mind is, how are people going to abuse this? Now, the catch with this pill is that you can still get hammered, but you won't get drunk. Now, what I mean by that is if you keep drinking and just have no regards for how much you're putting into your system, you can still get hammered. You can still get alcohol poisoning. You can still die from consuming too much alcohol. It just limits the physical effects as far as I understand. But back to how people are going to abuse this, like, I wonder, is this going to cause people to be more reckless? Is it going to cause them to think that they can drink so much more? And are we going to see hospital beds being filled up at a higher rate than they are now from alcohol poisoning? I can just see this being devastating in a student residence. For example, that's where I am now, and the people in first year, they can hardly hold their alcohol as it is. So to give them a method of being even more reckless, it's kind of scary. Now, on the flip side, though, there's other things to consider too. What I wonder is, what would the impact be on drunk driving? Is it possible that statistically drunk driving accidents and fatalities could go down because people are on this sobriety pill, this sober pill, and they're not as impaired when they're driving? That would be great. That would be the much more responsible thing to do. Now, of course, if you're driving, you shouldn't be drinking at all. They should always have a designated driver. I think most people know that. But the fact of the matter is, people still go on the road after having 1, 2, or 5 too many, and they kill people. Every day, selfish people get into the car drive drunk and kill somebody. That happens all the time. So I wonder if this will have an impact on that. Now, the other thing that this sober pill could have some good side effects on, and again, this is no excuse, but the reality is that it happens, is that sexual assault. I wonder if more people take this sober pill and don't get sloshed and don't get all screwed up and stupid, if potentially sexual assaults might decline as well. Things to talk about. But anyways, guys, I'll have an article in the description down below. You can read up more on it if you want. I think it's pretty cool. Let me know your thoughts down below, and also please tell me if Battlefield 3 has dedicated servers or not. If you see on the screen right now, there's a big annotation. I have another video for you guys today. It's unlisted, so you can only see it through either the description or clicking on that annotation. And I just want to kind of further explain that video where I had my fire hands and what I want to do and my plans of that. So if you want to help me out, if you're a fan of my stuff, go check out that video. Click on the annotation right at the top of the video right now, and it'll be short, I promise. And also, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'm not saying leave it just because. If you thought this was good, leave a like. But anyways, guys, that is all from me today. I will see you all next time. Take it easy, everybody.